Alrighty, so what we're looking at here is phase one of the Facebook campaign. So it started on the 2nd of August till now, so exactly 2 weeks. And there's been some, well, I'm just looking at it now. So basically what I'm going to do is go through and assess how well it's gone, some results, and what I kind of look at for this initial phase of an engagement campaign, which is what this is. So basically spent 346, we'll say 350 bucks. We've got 15,000 people who are engaged with the post itself. We've reached 23, nearly 24,000 people with that amount of spend, which I don't know what that is per person, but it's cheap as chips. And we've had difference between impressions and reach is that that's how many times this ad was served to this audience. So if we were to look at, say, the frequency, which we can look at by clicking performance and clicks, our frequency is 1.6. So everyone's seen this ad 1.69 times. So just honestly, don't take that. Take that with a grain of salt. It means nothing right now. But we click down to the ad set level and look how the different audiences have performed, and you've got some standouts here. So 2 weeks is a very, very good sort of time frame to be running an ad like this, especially with, I know it might not seem like a lot, but $5 a day testing an audience is a fairly small amount, meaning that we'd have to run, if you're going to run something like this again, I would encourage you to run it for at least 10 to 14 days again to get some good data like this, to be able to assess which audience is actually working the best. So basically, we've been able to reach the top performing audiences is the website visitors that look like 5% of people who visited the BPI website, which was kind of an obvious front runner to begin with. Then you've got a lookalike of businesses, sorry, a lookalike of website visitors in general, whereas this one looks like it's going to be an interest targeting with business, which is, yep, that's it right there. So website lookalikes are definitely a win for you, so I'd keep using those as an audience. As well as that, you've got people interested in real estate, so that was an obvious one as well. Construction, not so much, okay? So as well as just the interest of doing it yourself, I would keep that one running, but I would endeavor to turn this one off. The only real difference here, to be honest, is although it hasn't reached as many people, it's not the be all and end all, and you've still paid the same amount as the front running audiences per post engagement. You just haven't got as many of them, but for $5 a day, I would keep this running. So to simplify this whole thing, let's go and have a look at some of the metrics here. So let's go to video engagement. We'll look at how long people have watched this video for. You can see here, real estate's a clear front runner in the thousands. So 1,000 people have watched at least 50% of Phil's video. Second is actually DIY, which is a bit surprising. And then all of these are in the same sort of ballpark. If we just go forward to how many people have watched 100%, then I believe it follows pretty closely exactly the 50%, which is pretty well true. So interestingly enough, people are interested in real estate are interested in this particular video. I would continue to market to them. I would also continue to market to people interested in DIY, in your website lookalikes, and the construction as well. So basically what we're not getting here is we're not getting a definitive 1 or 2 audiences out of this. Now, this will be interesting. If we go down and click messenger engagement, cool, you've got some decent results here. So here is new messaging conversations. I don't know why it doesn't show up properly, but these are people who have seen the ad and then click the message button, which you've got 2 for people who look like your website lookalikes, and you've actually got 3 for people interested in DIY. So these are measurable results, meaning that you've got a couple of leads from spending $346 or whatever that was. So you've got 5 leads there. You've got a few replies in there, doesn't mean too much. Other than that, I guess the only other thing I'd really look at is the breakdown. So if we go back to performance default and we look at the delivery and we break it up by gender, we'll see there's going to be some clear front runners in terms of whether it's male or female who are interacting with the ad. And as you can see here, the results are outstanding, meaning that I would never advertise at all ever again, unless you're doing a competition towards females. I would never advertise towards females again. You can see here males have interacted with the ad 2,600 times, whereas female only 420. The same here with that ad. The same here with blah 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 blah. It's only males, so you can erase females from your ads, and that should be pretty well good to go. I think what would be interesting as well is actually separating it further by age and gender to see whether there are some front runners. And you can see here it definitely is males aged 35, between 45 and between 55 and up. Basically between 35 and 65 years of age males. Now I'm just going to go down and see whether this is the same for the other audiences, which it definitely is. These are front runners. What's that one? That one's a bit lower, so 25 to 65. That's interesting. What was that? That was your lookalike. No, that's construction. What else we got here? You've got, yep, same again, same again, same again. Not so much that. Basically, what I'm looking at this, in that breakdown, age and gender, I'm just going to clear all of those so it's not so confusing. People responding to these ads are male, aged from 25 to 65 within a 25-mile radius of Rockingham, who show interest in construction, who show interest in business, show interest in DIY, show interest in real estate, and then of course you've got these lookalikes that you created of your audience. So basically where you go from here is the next time you want to offer something, or the phase 2 of this campaign, is to show a video to only everyone, basically everyone who's watched 50% of this video, because you've got 4,000, you've created a very niche and relevant audience of 4,000 people who have spent a bit of time watching this video, and you're going to continue to take them down that funnel of videos and build rapport with them and nurture this audience on Facebook by slowly whittling this number down. So what you will find is that when you put up the next video and keep it in the same, I guess, obviously context, but keep it in the same presentation where Phil is, identifying some common problems. But you can test a lot of this stuff. You don't have to take my word for it exactly. But what's going to happen is that you're going to pay a lot less to engage 4,000 people than you have 21,000 or whatever that number was. If I go back up to here, yeah, 23,000. Because this 23,000 people, we've taken away, we've separated people who've watched only 25%, and we only want people who have watched 50%, and that's about 4,000 up. Okay. So yeah, let me know if that makes sense, and I'll be happy to answer any questions you have.